Okay, so easiest way to explain it is with a video and pictures for you. First of all, you've got this big span from this wall all the way over to this wall. This area is supporting that floor above, and this should have a big header in it, and all it has is this doubled up 2x6. So that's not strong enough to support an open span that big. So that's causing some sagging in this area, making the water as it makes it through, flow down and leak through at this point. The other problem is there's this 2x8 right here that supports that floor above as well, and it's been compromised by somebody cutting a big hole for this HVAC duct, which you can also see over here. So that's taken some strength out of that and allowed that to sag. So that's why this has become the low point where the water leaks through. Now, the reason the water is leaking is because I believe the hot mop is compromised, and hot mop will dry out and crack over time, especially with really high heat. So if that high heat has cracked it, then any water that's leaking through these grout lines or sitting along this edge is going down to the hot mop, and then it's finding its way through the cracks in the hot mop into the ceiling and then flowing down. So really this whole patio needs to be taken up, and that hot mop needs to be redone with a product more like Red Guard, that's more rubberized and won't really dry out and crack like the hot mop does. Another problem that there is on the underside of this is sheeting for that floor. It's first plywood right here that goes down, and this needs to have what's called a pre-slope to the drain on it. So basically you cut strips of 2x4, you put it on top of these supporting 2x6s, and then you put the plywood down on that. So any water that makes it through the grout lines and hits your Red Guard or your hot mop, it will make it flow to the drain instead of just sitting on this flat surface and then finding its way inside. So in order for us to jump in here and fix this, we pretty much need to, take all this out, put that pre-slope in and start from zero again, putting in new plywood and decking. And then we also need to replace this 2x6 with a header that will support this opening, and it'll support this 2x8 that's been compromised by this HVAC vent over here. So that's the estimate I'm going to send you, is to fix all this and get it back to a point of no leaking, even if the water makes it through the grout lines, which it always will. It'll be pre-sloped and fall to the drain.